Right, 28 August 2024. And today I'm going to be giving you my evening update. And this is a very sad update that I'm going to be giving here. I am very sad to confirm that what I talked about yesterday is true. A lot of young Zimbabweans have been killed in a fire that has been set by the South African army or the South African soldiers who were chasing illegal immigrants. So currently, we've got confirmation of what has happened. A video has been taken from the location, and it is estimated that people were involved, number around 300. So the number of people that were affected by the raid. So the raid started on Monday, and most of the people come to this area in Springs to do mining. So that is what you can call artisanal mining. And normally they are raided by the police. And when they are raided by the police, they go into a certain dam or a small dam where they hide from the police. And what has happened is that on Monday, police came with soldiers, the South African soldiers, and they did the usual thing. Some of them ran into the small dam, and some of them ran into the local area, informal settlement. The soldiers followed the guys who ran into the dam and torched the grass. So they poured petrol onto the grass, resulting in multiple people being burned by a fire. And there's been a lot of people that have been injured and taken to hospitals. And I'm going to be showing you some very graphic pictures. So if you're of a nervous disposition, I would like to ask you not to look at these pictures. You can just listen to my voice. We have a number of youngsters, and I want to start with the bands. So we are still receiving pictures, but I'm going to start with this very sad picture here. So this is the young man who has passed away. He is Tinashe. He's the only one whose body has been recovered. And I'll give you details of this young man. If you want to find details about where to make donations and so forth, I'll give you a number at the end of this, or you can talk to guys who are normally known for assisting. So the funeral parlor which went here today is Zororo Pumlani. Those are the guys who made the video that I'm going to show you later on. We've got guys who are in hospital, hundreds of people that are in hospital who are affected by this incident. And these guys are not getting any treatment from the South African hospitals. Most of them are illegal immigrants. So you can see that they're bent on the faces and on the hands because they're trying to protect themselves. I'm just showing you a few pictures, but there's over 300 people affected by this incident. And obviously, as I said, the one who is passed away here is the young man here, Tinashe. Very young people. They're very young kids. They're not adults at all. These are just young people trying to make a living. And it's unfortunate that the soldiers decided to put a fire into a place where people were hiding. And I think this needs to be investigated. This is a human rights issue that has happened here, and it needs to be addressed. The South African media, the police, they're all not taking this very seriously. In fact, the police have refused to come to this location to look for the bodies. And these bodies are still inside the dam. There are a number of bodies inside the dam that have not been collected. And the Zimbabwean consulate has gone here today to this place. And they have also left, they have not made a formal complaint to the South Africans, as far as I'm concerned, regarding this situation. They've not made an appeal for help. They've not put out a statement to say what is happening here. So the Zimbabwean consulate, I know that they are aware that they have got illegal immigrants here in South Africa. So they're probably trying to downplay this incident. But most of the people affected here are Zimbabweans. They're also Mozambicans, they are Malawans, and my understanding is that there are people from other countries who are submerged in this dam, most of them dead. There is a mother who had twins. And my understanding is that the twins have also died in the fire, and the mother was left without the children. So let's now play the video of an eyewitness who was there, who was interviewed today, describing what I was saying here in Shona language, and then I'll interpret for you afterwards.
Polisi yako yani masoji. Polisi yao yani masoji. Kuna maona site za chiko ni wani. Site. Kuna kwa sababu umanyira kumvuro. Sema so wanasiita. Na manyira kumvuro. Masoji akati. Akatandira kuko. Masoji ni mapolisi. Akatandira kuko akatandira kuko. Saka sema naichiza. Pamwangu ari site kuko. Pamwangu ari kuko. Pamwangu manyo shio kumvuro. Saka sema naichiza. Ngakano isa kutumwa. Bese kutumvura mvura. Ni vamwe vakwanisa kubuda, ni vamwe vasina kwanisa kubuda, ni vamwe vatisiri kuona kuti vari kupi vari mumvura. Vamwe vakakuvara vari kuchipatara. Pana mai vasiuya nemwana wavo, vana vavo 2. Saka mai vakatozonga kuchipatara kunzi mukaka yakazvimba, zvikanda ndine mwana kwaripi zvika mwana akasara mumvura asati tawana mai vamutangani nekuti panapa panoshanda tishande tingati mazimbabwe chetu tine malawenzi anouya tine mamosikita nevamwewo vachangani mavhenda nemunomu vanotouyawo. Saka izvi zvakaitika musi wemanje kubva pamande kusvika izvinezvi pane chatichaita kunga matozoona kuti vakomana ndovarume panapa vatozongoshika.
Right, so I think it's clear what is happening here. We have over 300 people who dig for gold around that area of Dakafontein in Springs. And on Monday, there was a raid which involves police and soldiers and home affairs. During that raid, the people ran. Some of them ran into the informal settlement. Some of them ran into that dam that I was showing you. The soldiers followed the guys that ran into the dam, and they put the dam on fire with matches, or they lit the dam. There was a fire and people were injured. There are multiple number of people right now who are in hospital. Like this young guy is in hospital. These are young guys. There's no adult person here. All the people that are here are young people. And we've got Tinashe here who is passed away. He was burnt in this fire. And people are still trying to find his family. We also have a mother that has lost 2 young kids. This place has got a lot of illegal immigrants who live here. And the police are refusing to come to collect or to go inside and retrieve the bodies that are inside the dam. There are a lot of bodies inside that dam. It's a shallow dam made up of sewage. And so it's a very shallow dam where young people, when they see police raiding, they run in there and they hide. And the police normally don't follow them in there. However, because this time the army guys came and they poured petrol on the grass, surrounded the whole dam, and then lit the petrol, which then burned all the people that were inside because the grass was able to catch fire because of the petrol. This is the description that you've seen here from the young lady who was speaking. And as we speak right now, young people have tried to go inside to retrieve the bodies, and they were unable to retrieve the bodies because it's muddy. The water is full of mud. So they will need to have a special kind of operation to retrieve those bodies. And I think it's clear. There's nothing to add here. I don't have anything else to add except to say that this needs to be investigated as a human rights issue. Most of these people are afraid to go and report to the police because they're undocumented, which brings in the Zimbabwe consulate guys. They need to go to this area and deal with the Zimbabweans that are there. They need to find out what to do with the Zimbabweans that are illegal in that area. They cannot leave them there to be taken again and thrown into jail, or to be banned, or to be in this kind of situation, which has resulted in the deaths of these youngsters. So what I would like to appeal to the Zimbabwean consulate is, do not leave this situation and just walk there and go away. And deal with the situation, get buses, put your people home, and make sure that if people don't have passports, give people passports so that they can travel legally it's a disaster which has happened, and the consulate is now having a passport center here in South Africa, so they should be able to assist the people that are here who are not able to afford a passport. Most of the people that live in this area are not able to afford a passport for 5,000 rands. So it's clear that they need to assist. The consulate need to take this as something that is their responsibility. We have so many Zimbabweans who are undocumented here, and it's unfortunate that this has resulted in so many deaths that have happened today. So I just want to end here. Let me look at the comments first. They used a bad method to evacuate illegal miners. Okay, it's not just illegal miners. It's anyone who was in that dam. So there are illegal miners, about 300 illegal miners who are operating there. They don't stay there. They wake up from wherever they come from in the morning and they go to mine. So some of them were coming from distant places. Tomorrow, I'm going to play for you more video of these people talking. And some of them just arrived. It's not as if they live there. So there are ways of arresting people, but banning those people is not the way. Say, please call Mr. Mabena, he can help. Mr. Mabena, I do not know if he can help here. We need the embassy to help. I will talk to Mabena, but I don't think he can help. Then let's go to today. Says on other news, they say Amazamazama, illegal miners, we're trying to hide. Do not call these guys Amazamazama. Look at this kid. This is the kid that was killed. These are kids. These are not Amazamazama. These are kids trying to make a living. These are kids less than 20 years old. They are not killers, these guys. So get it out of your head that if someone is hiding, they must be banned and killed. That's a very primitive way of thinking. And I do not know where these guys got their training. That if you're dealing with a civilian, you would take a fire and put them on fire. It makes no sense to me. Even the South African military, I do not know if that is their method of evacuating people or of arresting people. It's very easy to arrest people who are in a pond. You either get dogs or you go in there and follow them or you order them to come out, but you don't put them on fire and kill them. And then when they're dead, you refuse to take out their bodies. I don't think that makes sense. And then let's look at other comments here. So what I'll do is tomorrow I'll ask the guys, there's a group that has been created. I'll give you guys a link and you'll be able to come here and give us your appeals. So if you need help, tomorrow we're going to open this group for a conversation or for you guys to come live so that you can come here and give us names of people that have been killed and also to appeal for help if the embassy has not done anything and the consulate has not done anything. This is a major cover-up that is taking place here, including the Zimbabwean consulate. They're covering up this thing because they know why people are running to South Africa. People are running to South Africa because there is human rights abuses in Zimbabwe, there is hunger in Zimbabwe, and because there's corruption at the border. The South African Home Affairs is complicit in people getting into this country. There's no single person that has passed into South Africa that has not passed through the border at Beitbridge. On the road, the passage of these people is with the with the help of this South African Home Affairs and police. So do not kill the people once they get here, because they're also part of getting these people here. If you want people not to come to South Africa, we have asked South Africa to help with the situation in Zimbabwe. Right now, there are 160 political activists in jail, and the South African government has not assisted. They went over there, President Ramaphosa was there, and he's not told Nangaba to release those people. People are afraid to express themselves in Zimbabwe. Last month, I've written a letter to President Cyril Ramaphosa, explained to him the situation with the 160 people that have been arrested. Most of them have been in jail for 70 days, leaders of the opposition. And the Zimbabwean government has not been held to account. Mnangagwa has not been held to account for arresting all those people. There is nothing to eat in the country. There's a massive drought in Zimbabwe right now. So people come to Zimbabwe to eat, to South Africa, so that they can get something to eat. These people are not wealthy, they're not criminals. There are people that are trying to find something to eat. And the South African government is well aware of this situation. So I don't understand why they would allow the army to torture people, to burn them in a dam. So that is extremely unprofessional behavior, like Bestie is saying here. You cannot burn people and kill them. And then once you have killed them, you then don't take the bodies out of the dam. You leave the bodies in there. The police are refusing to attend to the scene, and people are running from one place to another, looking for a police station that can go in there and find out how many bodies are lying under the mud or the sewage. So I would like to thank all of you for watching. I'll be back here tomorrow, and we'll give you an update on this situation. I hope that the police will deal with this matter tomorrow, and we have a proper number of people that have been killed. The media is going to eventually get to this, and someone is going to be held accountable for this situation. So let's see what happens tomorrow as the day breaks, because yesterday they said they can't go there because it's dark. The whole day today they didn't go there, and let's see what happens today. Right, thank you very much everyone for watching, and condolences to the young man here who's passed away in this fire that was set by the South African Army and Immigration and Home Affairs. And tomorrow I'll bring you more pictures. My understanding is that there are hundreds of people, because there were 300 people affected by this fire. 300 people were being chased from this area. So we'll see how many people we can get pictures of. I want us to display every single picture of the people that have been burned in this fire. And we want this to be sorted. This is not a method. However, I understand that illegal immigration is not allowed. It's a crime. The governments of South Africa and Zimbabwe, they have to deal with it. If you want the Zimbabweans to leave, then the statement must be made that every illegal immigrant from Zimbabwe must leave, but don't kill them. Don't burn them in a dam with the matches, because there are people with families. So you don't want to do that, because what is that now? What kind of country is it where you burn people on fire? Then just one more thing before I go. There was an accident last night in Limpopo. So 10 Zimbabweans have died during that accident. 5 men, 5 women. You can go and check out that story. And you see what happens. Let's see, Gambako, I confused cockroach. You can't follow the correct protocol of any complaint. I'm not complaining here. I'm not complaining to anyone at all. People are dead. Like, you don't need to complain that people must be pulled out from the bottom of a lake or from a dam where they were killed and their bodies are lying there for 2 days, or that people have been killed and no one is responding, and that someone burned them on fire when they were running away. I'm not complaining. I'm not a complainant here. The complainant is the government of South Africa. The government of South Africa is responsible for the proper conduct of their soldiers, not me. So I'm not complaining about it. The one who is responsible for this, when you pull out the bodies, and I have pictures of some of the bodies, it's not me who is responsible. It is the South African government's responsibility to make sure that the country does not deteriorate a level where people lose respect for law and order in this country. What is law and order? When you see someone that is committing a crime, you arrest them. You don't shoot to kill. You don't burn them with the matches. That is not what you do. So that was a crazy situation that has happened. And I don't support any of this at all. And I'll never support it. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll talk to you again tomorrow about this as we get more information. As I said, there's a group where information is going to be shared on what is happening in the Zimbabwe consulate, the South Africa Home Affairs, the South Africa Defense Force, and immigration. All these guys that are responsible for this situation, they need to address this. But they cannot just leave it, leave bodies just lying there, just because they're from another country. Right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow, 5 a.m. during our daily news update. Thank you.